President Trump says Iran's leadership have called seeking to negotiate following his threats of military action in response to the killing of protesters. He told reporters on Air Force One that a meeting was being set up, but the United States may have to act before that happens. His comments came as more evidence emerged of violence against protesters by Iranian security forces, with bodies piled up outside a morgue in Tehran. One Iranian human rights group says it's verified almost 500 dead. Our first report this hour is from our World News correspondent, Joe Inwood.
At a makeshift morgue in Tehran, many do not even get the dignity of a roof. Getting testimony out of this country is difficult and dangerous. But people have spoken to the BBC's Persian service. We are protecting their identities for fear of regime reprisals.
Tehran is horrifying. More than 2,000 people killed. Forget every figure the Islamic Republic has released. We are facing an entirely new scale.
In truth, it is impossible to give an accurate death toll from the last few days. But these images and accounts are starting to build a picture. And it is men like these the protesters say are responsible. Regime security services in the southern city of Kazaroun seemingly shooting indiscriminately. And this was the scene in the eastern city of Mashhad over the weekend. Running battles between protesters and government security forces. But it is a battle where one side has guns. Alongside an increasingly violent crackdown, the regime has been keen to present a return to normality. This footage, broadcast on Chinese state TV, an Iranian ally, was taken at a shop in Tehran. Daily life continues here, the man says. Right now, the city is very safe. The president spoke for the first time in days.
We asked that everyone comes together and not let these people riot. If they have concerns, we will hear them. It is our duty to hear them and solve their problems. However, our highest duty is to not allow rioters to disrupt society.
But those who spoke to the BBC paint a very different picture.
It's like a war zone. The streets are full of blood. They're taking away bodies in trucks. Everyone is frightened tonight. They're carrying out a massacre here. It's officially a massacre.
In the last few hours, President Trump, who has repeatedly promised to defend the protesters, gave his response to the rising death toll.
There seem to be some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed. These are violent, if you call them leaders, I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence. But we're looking at it very seriously. The military is looking at it, and we're looking at some very strong options.
President Trump has repeatedly promised to attack Iran if the regime kills these protesters. It now seems increasingly clear they are, and in significant numbers. Joe Inwood, BBC News.
Well, let's take you to Iran and show you some live pictures here of people gathering, this time in support of the Iranian government, not just people who want to see a change of regime out on the streets. Very difficult in some respects for people to marshal large crowds, given the fact that the Iranian authorities have imposed an internet shutdown since Thursday, making it hard for people to obtain information. But, as you can see, people are managing to organise, whether they're in favour of the current government or against it.